Hey, John here. In this video, I'm going to step you through my 4 favorite sources for images for my websites. Now, the reason I am doing this is I added a new image source very recently. I want to go through it. I think it's a very good deal. It's one of the 2 cheap ones. So before I get into that, why use images? Briefly, it enhances content used within reason. More digital real estate means more ad revenue. You can add more ads. You can literally double the length of an article pretty easily with images. And there is collateral traffic you might get through image search if you optimize them reasonably well. So why not just use images from other websites? There's this thing called copyright law. If you're new to this whole business, you don't know anything about it, you can't just go take any image you want from any website. Even if you give them a link, that's not going to excuse that. You could get sued. So just know that it's really important that you get a license, or just contact the webmaster and ask for permission, which I do a lot as well. That's actually one of my big sources of images I didn't mention. I'm going to list in this video, but I'll mention it now. Contact them, say, can I use it? Give you a link. A lot of times they'll say, yeah, there you go. You got a cool image. Source number 1, Amazon AMC Images plugin. Okay, Amazon has millions of great images. Okay, products of every product you could imagine, right? Often products can be used to illustrate an example in just an informational article rather than having it be a commercial intent type article or review. And I use Amazon Images in so much content, and they're quick, they're free. Other than the cost of the AMC Images, which is still very cheap, you can actually get a lifetime deal in the link in the description below this video. And you can, even earn affiliate commissions because the affiliate link is linked to the product on Amazon. If they click the image, go to Amazon, buy it, you get a commission. All right, so AMC Images plugin, there are a lot of Amazon image plugins that basically use the Amazon API, and you do need to use the API. It's important to know that, so you need to become an Amazon affiliate before any of this stuff will work. The reason you need the plugin is to pull the images properly. They're going to link back to Amazon. I go with AMC Images because I can get nice large images. It's really easy to use. It does one thing and one thing only. It inserts images. It doesn't create these fancy description boxes or any of that. Those are totally good. Check them out. They might serve you better. Just for me, I just want the image. That's all I want, and that's what AMC Images. And you can see that here in the example screenshot. Whereas I'm in a post and I just click the button to add Amazon image, I can search by keyword or I can search by ASIN. It pulls it up. I hit large, click insert, boom, it's in there. VAs can do this. They can create all these images in here. I don't need to give them access or user access to my actual Amazon Associates account. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily, but basically this is seconds to add images to my content. And other than the cost of AMC Images plugin, once I pay for that, the cost for all these images is nothing. It's free, millions at your fingertips. So it's really great, not something to skip out on or not use in your website. Source number 2, Jump Story. This is the new stock photo site I started using. Now, I bought a lifetime access deal quite some time ago. It was just one seat. Okay, so recently I've been really increasing the amount of content I'm pushing out every month, and I'm kind of basically draining my Shutterstock account all the time. And instead of doubling that cost, I thought, well, it didn't occur to me. I got Jump Story. So I checked out Jump Story again, and they still are a great deal. Even if you didn't get that lifetime deal, it's basically $35 a month for unlimited downloads, which is a tiny fraction of the cost of some of the other big names like Deposit Photos, iStock, and Shutterstock. You're not going to get that many photos for $35, and it's certainly not going to be unlimited. Now, below in the description, there's a 20% off coupon for Jump Story, so you can check that out. But at $35, it's great. Now, if you have VAs or writers who need to have access, you do have to pay for additional user seats, but they're like $35 as well, which is way cheaper than the other ones. So, you can have 2 people downloading images for you and finding images, and it's not going to cost you a whole lot of money, and they get basically unlimited images, so you don't have to worry about whether they're going to use up your whole account and all that sort of thing. Okay, so they have a good inventory. It's not as good as Shutterstock. It's not as good as iStock. Okay, really seriously, before you buy any stock photo site, go there, search, spend 15, 20, 30 minutes searching for within your niche and type of images that you like having, just to make sure that they're going to be able to provide you the images that's going to work for you. So basically, it's a great starter stock photo site, and it's also a great supplementary stock photo site for me when I have Shutterstock, but I don't really want to drain all the expensive photos all at once from the account, and so now it mix and match. And my overall MO right now is basically the team look on Jump Story. If it's there, great. If it's not, then go to Shutterstock and use that. Okay, so Source number 3 is, as I mentioned, Shutterstock. Incredible inventory, best, I think, based at least for my needs. They've got tons of specific cars, any model, make, year, that sort of thing, celebs, and way beyond that. Just like the inventory is incredible. You can find pretty much everything, and it's very easy to use. It's just the downside is it's expensive, right? I'm paying something like $1,100 a month US for 1750 images. Does include 10 user seats, and every time you add seats, it's going to add to the cost, okay? So, but, you know, there's no way I could download 1750 images. The only reason I could actually manage that many images and that much content is because I have some users who go in there and finding images and downloading them as well. It's just a cost of business for me, okay? So, as I mentioned, my approach basically is new instructions. Now that I'm using Jump Story seriously, look on Jump Story. If it's there, use that because you've got unlimited inventory. And if it's not there, if you need something more specific, then go to Shutterstock. Source number 4, arguably the best source, is DIY, do it yourself. We all have smartphones, most people do, and most smartphones have a pretty good camera these days, and that camera will do the job. You don't need $3,000 worth of photography equipment to take photos for your website. Now, if you have a photography website and you're showcasing how great of a photographer you are, you probably need some decent equipment. But if you're just doing some travel site, or you've got to showcase some products that you own, or, you know, take photos of your pet or some food dishes or whatever, I mean, do the best you can with what you got, but don't let the fact that you don't have like some super expensive lighting kit or some super high-end camera be a barrier to taking your own photos. I use the iPhone for taking photos all the time, and I put those on my websites, and I think they look fine. Are they the best in the world? No. Could they be better? You bet. But do they do the job? Is it good enough? Yep. And they do the job. So take your own. It's super easy. It's cheap. It's fast. It's a good solution. So how many photos per post? Well, at least one, I think, in my view. Now, there are articles where it's just, you know, I can't recall the last time I didn't put an image in a post, but usually I use at least one, but often usually 3 to 8, and the longer the article, more. Now, if it's a really long article, like a listicle or a gallery, it can be 30 plus, but that's pretty rare. Usually, you know, if it's like a 3,000 word article, I'll probably put anywhere from 7 to 10. If it's 2,000, I'll probably put anywhere from, you know, 4 to 6 or 7, and if it's under 1,800 words or something like that, I'll be like 3 to 5. Okay, and that's sort of how I do it. It sort of adds a decent amount of digital real estate without the images getting to the point where it's like ruining the reader experience by having to deal with all these images. You don't want like one image, little paragraph, one image, little paragraph, if really the point of the article is something to be read. Now, if it's a visual article, and let's say you're showcasing a beach or a hotel or something like that, when I visit those types of articles, I just want to see images. I want some text, and you can tell me, you know, what it is that I'm looking at. But really, the images are the primary purpose of the content, okay? But if it's text that's the primary purpose of the content, then you should really not have that many images in there. If you want to learn more all about this website, niche site publishing gig, I own a good number of such sites, and a lot of them just passive earning websites, niche sites. You can learn a whole lot more about it at fatsexblog.com. Thanks for watching.